writer, no matter who it is going to have Plan Next. I've kind of had a good idea, and I know I'm not the only one. So I'm going to take another break right now. I'll come back later. My mom's about to show up from work, so I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. Hey everybody, welcome back. I apologize if I didn't get back to you guys any sooner than I would have on this whole situation, talking about the situation going on in the Sonic Comics, and just been busy, you know. I wasn't sure if my nephew was going to be dropped off yesterday or not. So, yeah, anyway, like I was saying previously, I believe it was yesterday, well now, Thursday I should say, because it's about 2:08 Saturday morning, early Saturday morning. To me, again, I know that a lot of people have their opinions on what's going on and how they feel about it. You know, a lot feel that Ian Flynn is trying to make it to where everybody can enjoy it. Just like I said, if you YouTube and Google Triple H CM Punk contract signing for SmackDown, you'll see what I mean. Because CM Punk says, he wants to be the guy, he wants to be the catalyst of change. He wants everybody to enjoy WWE, and I think that's what Ian's trying to be. Ian, along with all these fans, he's trying to be the catalyst of change. And the one thing that a lot of fans don't like is the fact that he wants to do this change, but he wants to do it at the expense that the fans have to deal with something they may not want to deal with. I was looking at the Archie Wikipedia site, Archie Sonic Wikipedia, Mobius Wikipedia site, and like I said before, the trivia part, said something like, well, the trivia part said something like, with the kind of question, because right now there's a debate, according to what it said on there, on whether or not the silhouette that we see on the cover of 231 is Sally, or if it is the Titan Metal Sonic, because we don't know what that looks like. And they went as far as to say Metal Sally, so, we don't really know. And, to me, it's like I said before, we dealt with the, if something happens with Sally to where, it has to fit into her, to the point to where her story's not going to be over, it has to be something major. It has to be something that, really grabs the attention of people, but, I don't know what that could be. A lot of people, like I said, there's a lot of people, whether some out there want to admit it or not, but there's a lot of people out there that don't like what Ian has done right now. They don't like the fact that he's using Sally as the main focus of this whole situation. He doesn't like that. And again, with the cover of 230 and then the cover of 231, it kind of gets people irked. They're kind of like, okay, what's really going on here? What's happening? They don't really know, because when you do a comic, when you do a description for an upcoming comic and it says something like the world is safe at a terrible cost, a lot of people find that kind of offending. They're thinking, is he meaning what I think he's meaning? What is the terrible cost? And again, a lot of people have thrown out ideas. A lot of people feel that it is Sally being killed. They feel it's Sally being legionized. They feel it's Sally being roboticized. I mentioned this before. And, some have even gone out and said, well, maybe it's Nagas becoming king. Who knows? No one really knows what's really going on. But, honestly, it wouldn't be the first time we've had to deal with something for about a year. I mentioned this before, when the Iron Dominion thing took off, after 200, after issue 200, and we right off the bat, right in the next issue, we started off the whole Iron Dominion story arc, and that lasted from 201 to practically about 212. So you're looking at nearly a year's worth of one story arc. The thing to me, it's like, okay, if this is going to last, the effects are going to last a year, you know, what will the effects be? We don't really know. And the thing is, a lot of people find it kind of hard to believe, you know, when someone like Paul Kaminsky comes out and says, oh, well, by the way, the Princess Sally story is not going to be over whether she's alive or dead. It's still going to be going. It's just the beginning. You know, what does that mean? What does it mean it's just the beginning? What is that? What does that mean? You know, what is the chaos described in 231? What is that? You know, I've said this before already, you know, we won't know until 232. And I've had friends on the variety on the variety of Sonic message boards out there. A lot of them have said, you know, similar things. They said, you know, hopefully we'll get something encouraging or something good with 232, or we're going to get something that's going to piss us off. You know, friends like Laser X5, Tross, you know, Miko, Jonathan 83X, I've mentioned him before. You know, a lot of people feel that something's going to happen. In fact, you know, you go on a site like devinart.com, and there's a lot of, I've noticed, one thing I've noticed that ever since this whole 225 thing happened, I've noticed a bunch of Princess Sally fan art being posted, whether it's old or new. And I've seen a bunch of Sonic and Sally fan art being posted together, whether it's old or new. And to me, it's like, you know, I think to myself, if I'm Ian, and if I have a Devinart account, which he does, do I not see this? Do I not realize, oh man, this support's huge? Do I not see that? You know, because I would look at that and say, okay, you know, I want to put her in a situation like this, but I don't want him to get mad at me. And, you know, to me, it's like, how can anybody get mad at you if you're not being truthful with them, if you're not really giving them an idea of what you're doing? I mean, first you end 225 with apparently killing her off. Then you have her in Genesis, and then apparently the 2 issues afterwards, 230 and 231, you know, it makes people wonder whether you're going to keep her alive or not, or you're going to do something to her that's going to piss them off, or they're going to be grateful about. You know, I mentioned this before, I said this before, you know, before I took a break. Ian has, and I've said this a bunch of times, Ian has proven that he could be someone that will throw a curveball at the viewership, at the readership. You know, he has literally said, Ed, hey, you think I'm predictable? No, I'm not. Here you go. You know, like I said, you take a look at the Silver Story arc, and he proved us wrong, and he proved that he could throw a curveball at us that we wouldn't see coming. And, you know, it proved to us that he's not as predictable as we think. So we can't really say whether or not what he's got planned for the ending of this whole Genesis deal is going to be what we expect or what we not expect. I mean, I've said this many times before. There's been various people out there, fans of the book, fans of the franchise, that have said the same thing. They have said, look, he's just doing this for attention. Covers don't always tell the whole story. Descriptions don't always tell the whole story. And yet there's a lot of people out there that feel they already know what Ian's going to do. But yet we don't know what Ian's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, I might have an idea, but I can't really say. I mean, when I said that the whole, you know, and some people have given me credit for this, when I said that the whole Monkey Kong Sally deal was just for the remainder of the Iron Dominion saga and its spin-off, the Journey to the East saga, which tied into the Iron Dominion saga, When I said that whole Khan Sally deal was just for that saga only, for that